Good. Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Leavenworth City Planning Commission meeting for October 5th, 2020. First thing we'd like to do is have established that we have a quorum present for this meeting. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, we do have a quorum present. That's correct. Thank you. Next thing is approval of minutes. I have been advised that our minutes of July 13, 2020, we do not have enough commissioners who were present for that to vote on that at this time. But we do have the approved commissioners on the minutes for the September 14, 2020 minutes. I have reviewed those. Does any commissioner have any additions or changes to the minutes for September 14, 2020?
No, Commissioner.
If no, I'll accept a motion to approve those as submitted. A motion for that?
Motion to approve minutes?
I'll second it. It's Sherry Hines Woodson.
Okay, thank you. Seconded? Thank you. Thank you. Under new business, we have two agenda items tonight to discuss. The first one is 20. Huh? Oh, excuse me, approval for the minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand. Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Two agenda items tonight on new business. The first one is 2020-32 sub, Fort Gate Marketplace final, I want to remember the word final plat. Staff report on that, please.
Yes, okay, thank you. The applicant is requesting approval of the 2.072 acres, 2 lots and 1 tract plat for the Fort Gate Marketplace Commercial Development. The property is zoned General Business District and is currently vacant. The site was previously the Armed Force Bank, which was recently demolished. The plat includes dedication of necessary utility easements, as well as the vacation of the portion of 6th Street, the remainder of 6th Street right-of-way between Metropolitan Avenue.
Can we have people mute, because I'm having a really hard time hearing.
Yep, I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Everybody's muted.
Hold on, let me figure out who it is.
If you need to, you might need to pull your mask down briefly just so we can hear you clearly. Okay. Okay, go ahead, please, the staff report.
Well, can I get her? Let me try to mute her really fast. Can you hear us, Linda?
It looks like everybody's on. We need to mute everybody.
Okay, there she goes. Okay, we're good now. There we go. All right. The remainder of the 6th Street right-of-way between Metropolitan Avenue and Cheyenne Street will be vacated by a separate instrument and is scheduled to be considered by the City Commission on October 13th. The applicant intends to redevelop the property with an Armed Force ATM on Tract A, which is already in place, a convenience store, and a fast food restaurant. The project plan to establish the Northgate Redevelopment District for this project was reviewed by the Planning Commission for conformance with the comprehensive plan in November 2019 and approved by the City Commission. The primary plat was approved by the Planning Commission on May 5th, 2020, during the Planning Commission meeting, excuse me. Pending action by the Planning Commission tonight, the City Commission will review the plat to accept and dedicate the public purposes in the form of utility easements. Staff recommends the approval of the Fort Gate Marketplace first plat.
Okay, that you done? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, commissioners, does any commissioner have any questions before we open it up for any discussion from commissioners on this?
Yeah, so you said that we already know that the Armed Forces teller thing is already there.
Correct.
And you said they're looking at putting a fast food place in that area also?
Yes. If I could.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I would like to just reinforce or just make to the commissioners remind, which we just got on our briefing on that the project plan was initially approved by the City Commission on November 2019. The Planning Commission reviewed this and looked at this, the preliminary plot, as was on May 5th of this year. So we're aware of this, and again, Chris, thank you, because, you know, the Armed Forces ATM is in place, and I know the convenience store is planned for that, and a fast food restaurant. Okay. Any other discussion or any questions for any commissioners or questions for any commissioners on this recommendation for a final plat? Okay.
Yeah, I've got one
Oh,
more
please,
question.
go ahead, Chris, please.
Just so I'm clear, we're strictly talking about this one plat right here where the Armed Forces Bank was, correct?
And everything over to Cheyenne Street, or, no, hang on, let me zoom in, I'm gonna,
Everything over to,
between.
North Sixth?
Yep, Fifth and hang on, let me try to zoom in some more, if it'll let me.
Yeah, I see where it is. I just wanted to verify that it wasn't that whole.
It's a little
Right.
L shape of
Three
everything.
quarters of that complete block, correct?
Yep.
You're right.
Okay, all right, I'm good.
I don't see anyone in attendance here with any opposition or any concern at that. We'll open this up to the public or anyone who has a vested interest and wants to speak for or against this, if there's anyone. If not, I will close that then and open it up to the commissioners to final discussion. Our actions on this are either to approve the final plot, and again, this is the final plat that we're talking about, the final plat, deny the final plat is our option, or if any, we feel that we do not have enough information, we can table this for additional information or any consideration in the future.
Hey, Kevin, do you have anything to say or add?
Yeah, hi all, this is Kevin Lee with the Fulton Law Firm, here tonight on behalf of Forgate Properties, LLC, the applicant. I think staff did a great job presenting the specific request that we have before you this evening, nothing to add, but, as I understand it, things are moving along swiftly out on the site, and so we're excited about that and the interest that we have from potential users, so I would request your approval this evening and continue to move forward with our subsequent steps before the council so that we can keep this going.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, if there's no additional discussion from any commissioner, I will take a recommendation of, again, approval, denial, or tabling of a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the final plat.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it, it's Sherry Hines Whitson.
Thank you. All in favor of that, raise your right hand or say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, approved. Okay, thank you. Number 2 on our agenda is the 2020-33 sub, 611 Miami Street. Conduct a public hearing for case number 2020-33 sub, 611 Miami. The applicant is requesting a special use permit to allow a two-family dwelling in the R1, R6 zoning district located at 611 Miami Street. Two-family dwellings are allowed in the R1, R6 zoning district with the approval of a special use permit. Staff report, please.
Yes, Mr. Did I have anything to say? Okay, I'm gonna mute him really fast. Okay. Mr. McKee is proposing the renovation of the inside of a 1,900 square foot single-family dwelling to sustain additional unit to create a two-family dwelling. Staff was made aware of the renovation project by the Building Inspection Department in August 2020. That's all the gist. The commission findings, number 1, the proposed special use complies with all applicable provisions of this ordinance. Staff believes that this application complies with all provisions of the City of Leavenworth development regulations. Number 2, the proposed special use at this specified location will contribute to and promote the economic development, welfare, or convenience of the public. The property fills a need in the community by providing a two-family housing option. Number 3, the special use will not cause substantial injury to the value of other properties in the neighborhood in which it is located. Staff does not feel that the proposed use will cause any substantial injury to the value of the other properties in the neighborhood. Number 4, the location and size of the special use, the nature and intensity of the operation involved in or conducted in connections with, and the location of the site with respect to the streets given access to it are such that the special use will not dominate the immediate neighborhood so that as to prevent development and use of the neighboring properties in accordance with the applicable zoning district's regulations. Sorry. No new structure is being proposed. The property owner is renovating the interior of the house. This will not impact the development of the use of the neighboring property. And staff recommends to approve the special use permit request based on the analysis and findings included herein.
Okay.
And the applicant is here, or on video.
Right. Okay, thank you. I think a couple key points. All commissioners were provided with information dated today on the status of Mr. McGee, Joseph McGee, who's the owner of this property, about renovation, what's going on with this property at the present time. And also some information that there are some other duplexes right next door to this area. So commissioners had that information provided to them today. Does any commissioner have any discussion before we open it up? Any commissioners with questions, discussion on this property? Okay, before I open it up to any public discussion or opposition, whatever, I think some couple key points were made is that, oh, excuse me, go ahead.
Yes, I was wondering if, what the approximate size of each living unit will be.
What size they would be? Mr. McKee, can you answer?
The house about 1,800 square feet.
Each level is about 1,200 square feet, so each unit will be about that.
Okay,
400 square feet. Is that the minimum for duplexes? 800. Okay, 800 square feet. Okay.
So your question, you're turning 1,900 square foot into a 2,400 square foot?
What?
It's showing us as a 1,900 square foot property right now, and from what I understand, you just said you're turning two of them.
Okay.
You're gonna convert one and make it into a 2,400 square foot? 'Cause if you divide-
I'd have to look on the square footage, but I think one's a little more and one's a little less.
Okay, I just wanna understand it. I thought we were working with 1,900 total square feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
and one's like, I think one's about maybe 1,100 and the other one's about 800.
And the minimum is 800 for
Okay.
dwelling, okay. All right.
okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions or concerns? I think that this issue is, we realize it's in harmony with the surrounding area. It is, I think there's a great need in Leavenworth for two-family residences that are affordable. So I think, as brought up to that, this is kind of a win-win and does not appear. I will open this up to any public discussion, opposition, or concern. There's nobody here unless they're online. Is there anyone in opposition or wants to have any questions asked to the commissioners at this time with public hearing? If not, I will close that. We'll close the public hearing part of that and return back to the commissioners' review and discussion only. Again, commissioners, any questions, discussion, or concern? Because where we're at is on this, is that recommend approval to the city commission. We can recommend denial to the city commission, or we can table this for additional information and consideration. So now I'll open it up to any commissioners for any concerns or a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the special use permit to the property at 611 Miami.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, thank you,
I
Joe.
vote aye.
Okay, second. All commission members in favor say aye or raise your hand. Aye. Okay.
Aye.
Okay, approved.
Aye.
Okay, this concludes the business that we had on our agenda tonight for two things that we had. So if there's no other Anything else with that? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Seconded. All in favor, say adjournment, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, thank you, commissioners. Thank you.